Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX. Hopefully you're having a great day. We've had a great week so far, some nice trades, some nice profits, and there's a few more good setups to look at. We're going to focus today on the euro dollar. I just wanted to bring up quickly some of the news announcements that we've seen today and that we have coming up. There's been lots of big stuff overnight in the early U.S. session, particularly out of the Bank of England, which if you look at any pound anything chart, you'll see that the pound has moved like crazy. And rallied against all of its counterparts. We still have some big news coming up this evening, and this is employment numbers out of Australia. This is always a big mover. Keep an eye on that. Any Aussie pairs you might be trading, Aussie dollar, Aussie yen, anything like that, keep an eye on that mover. Okay, so here's the euro dollar right here. There's some interesting setups and some things I've been talking about. Here's our most recent swing point down here, the low of the day, which is around 132.65. We continue to press higher. One thing to remember is we have a missed weekly pivot on this euro dollar, and it's just getting further and further away. It's at 131.20, and this is a huge target for us. But the thing that I've been pointing out is that the euro dollar has just been trending up. It's been consolidated quite a bit for the last couple of weeks, but overall it's trending up, and every time we make an attempt at 132.00 or thereabouts, we get these big reversal candles and this huge price rejection that's telling us the market just does not want to get below that 132.00 yet, or really even hardly get down to it. So it stayed quite strong. Remember, the thing that we're looking at is this ascending triangle right here is definitely worth keeping an eye on. And we're coming into some pretty major resistance. We're kind of right there. You can see on this daily chart, we're coming into that big descending trend line, big descending channel on this weekly chart. Now, the channel may break, it may hold. We'll just kind of have to see where it goes, but we're coming right up to it. And what I'm ultimately looking to have happen, there's a couple of things to note here. You see on these swings on this euro dollar that over the last couple of months, low to high about 625 pips. Here's low to high about 450 pips. High to low 450 pips. So this was a bit of a bigger move going into kind of the pre-summer move, and then we had this big move down of 650 pips. And now we're back into the big move up of about 600 pips. So far, some of the bigger movement that we've seen has been about 650 pips over the last several months. For the most part, this euro dollar has really been staying fairly steady. Now, we had this big drop back here through February and March, where the euro dropped about 900 pips, and that's one of the bigger movements that we've seen. But so far, since April, all through May, all through June, all through July, going into August now, and we're still in these summer markets where it's pretty not typical, I guess you could say, to see big breakouts during this time of year. And so here we are, nearly extended to how far this euro has been moving up and down the last several months, where again we've reached about 600 pips off the low, and we're coming into major resistance, into the top of this ascending wedge and into the top of this larger descending channel on the euro dollar. So one thing that worries me and concerns me quite a bit is that a lot of traders are hugely short. The majority of positions are short euro dollar, and that's not super good, especially when retail traders are super on board, because that means this trade is crowded and there's going to be some clearing of those stops. So here's what I'm going to do, and I fully recognize and accept the fact that this is a high-risk trade, but I'm doing it anyway. I am going to look for the euro to break this high, which is 133.45, and so far it's tested it, come just shy of that by literally a handful of pips. I'm looking for the euro to break above that 133.45, and I'm going to get in and enter a sell position around 13400 to 134.10 area, trading against this high right here, and I'm going to hold on to it for a little while and see if we can get a nice bounce and a move off of that. Now, I'm not necessarily expecting that the euro dollar is going to run down 600 pips now from there, but I think that we could get a bounce up here in this big confluence of indicators and get a move back down of probably at least 100 pips. We can get right back down to 13300, which has been a really strong level so far. But we've got to keep our stops tight. Remember, our high here is around 133.16, or excuse me, 134.16. And so I'm going to get in as close to that high as I can and keep some stops as tight as I can, and see if we can get a nice little reversal and a nice little move off of that top and get a 100 pip bounce down. And I think we'll be able to get it. So that's what I'm going to be looking for coming up here. Again, it's going to be a bit of a high-risk trade because we could just plow right through that level, but I think that we can at least get a 100 pip bounce, there we go, off of 130. 134.00 to 134.10, and I will be targeting at least, once again, 133.00. Best of luck, guys, and I will have more updates coming. Thanks, everyone.